So we basically know ain't nothing to it but to do it. But it's always a question when it comes to black people, right? New York City seemingly has unlimited funds for illegal aliens and non citizens, but yet when it comes to foundational black Americans and reparations, it's always, what about the budget? We ain't got enough money. Well, I'm going to prove to y'all that they got the money when they want the money from how much they spent on illegal aliens already thus far. We'll be right back on the Keep It P podcast. Cash App, Zelly, Chime. Hope you got yours, cause I got mine. I'm talking Payoneer, Netspend, Venmo, Stash. Too many ways for you to run my cash. Check reparations, 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 check. Yeah, well, if you talking compensation, it's about that time. You get. Yeah, we back. And just like always, when it comes to black people, it's a commission, a study to commission and to talk about it and to figure it out. And we just seen them cut checks for all type of stuff. Matter of fact, I got receipts for y'all real quick. But it says it's one of the several questions that the state commission will face as it meets this year aim to address slavery and its lingering negative effects. So what you have in this picture right here, you got Governor Hochul in the center, and she's signing the bill December 19th, 2023, to create a commission tasked with considering reparation. A commission tasked with considering. So not figure out what it is that needs to be done and let's get to it. No, let's just talk about if we should even consider it. What? Did y'all talk? Do they talk about any of the money that they consider giving illegal aliens? I ain't calling them migrants. Y'all can call them what you want, but they're illegal aliens. They're people that ain't even supposed to be in this country, yet they're getting resources that should go to us. You understand? It goes on to say, as the clock begins ticking for New York's Reparations Committee to create a report of recommendations for the address what Governor Hochul calls the state's legacy of slavery and its lingering negative effects. And they put them in quotes like it ain't true. So-called legacy of slavery, so-called lingering effects. Not, they don't do that when they speaking about other people's issues, man. Like, the whole sole reason for this program and programs like it is to point out the hypocrisy and the propaganda that is infested in every piece of lamestream media news, every piece of it. So we'll never run out of work to do because they keep putting out the trash. But anyway, they always got a question though. The question will be whether the state can afford a form of reparations paid. Yeah, y'all can afford it. And this, now that's the questions, right? One question will be whether the state can afford forms of paid reparations. Now listen to this, and I quote, "The state doesn't have extra money lying around to do something like this." The director of research at the Empire City Center for Public Policy, Ken Garrison, tells The Sun. Folks will say we can always raise taxes higher, and we already seen erosion in taxes base, but now the state has the highest combined top tax rate in the nation. So now they ain't got no money for taxes. What can we do? Well, let me give y'all Exhibit A. Meet Eric Adams, the Kuna Matata mayor, Officer Mayor Adams, the Kuna Matata mayor of New York City. But this from the Daily News article. Let me see, when was it dated? This article was dated March 4th, 2024, so fairly new. It says NYC has secured less than a third of the $150 million in migrant aid pledged by feds. Adams budget boss. So They securing funds. They getting it done. We locking down the money. Nobody's saying where this is gonna come from. Nobody. But let me put some numbers on it in case y'all aren't familiar with exactly what's going on. But it says ultimately, FEMA cash is a drop in the bucket as compared to the total amount of money spent by New York City on the illegal immigrants. As of last month, remember this was wrote in March, the Kuna Matata Officer Adams administration has shelled out over 4 billion on housing, feeding, and providing services for only tens of thousands of illegal immigrants. Meanwhile, you got a whole constituency across the city of black people, homeless, disenfranchised, struggling to make ends meet. Either they live in the closet or they been pushed to another state because they can't afford to live in New York. But we got people who traveled from south of the border, did a 3,000-mile hike, jumped trains, crossed desert and wilderness and woodland areas, come in the country unvetted. You don't know what kind of diseases they got. You don't know if they military. You don't know if they some of Chapo's homies. You don't even know nothing about them. But y'all see it fit to not only empty out the hotels in New York to make room, put them in police stations, schools, to the tune of $4 billion. But ain't no money though. But this is now let's go to this article. This article was wrote, when is this? April 19th, 2024. But when it comes to you, the state doesn't have extra. Hold on. When it comes to you, the state doesn't have extra money lying around to do something like this. Really? It says, while not yet clear what recommendations New York Commission will come up with within the next year and whether those proposals will include cash payments, they're fixated on this cash payments. For you, the cash don't exist. What cash? We broke. New York is broke. We in the deficit now. Well, where you get the $4 billion for that? Oh, I don't know. See, what had happened was, what? You get to see what had happened was. Meanwhile, hold up, I got another article for you too. Meanwhile, families, they say a family of 4 with 2 adults and 2 kids under 17 will receive $15,200 a year in free cash. Let me get that article here real quick, just so y'all can see it, because you made that up. You lied. You made that up. That ain't really what was going on. Okay. All right, hold on real quick. I'm gonna just do the little migrant funds here real quick. Migrant funding. That's what I put in. Migrant funding NYC, right? And then, boom, here we go. And they was talking about some sort of fund. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, boom, here we go. Check this out, y'all. It's another thing that I seen. Oh, hold on. This is almost like the same article. I must click on it twice. Anyway, hold on. Let me look real quick. I didn't even see who up in here with me. Put something in the chat if you up in here with me real quick. You know what I'm talking about? Hold on. I want to see this argument. Okay, here. Look at this little sad dude's face. You see this? You see that? It says Adams wants Governor Kathy Hochul and legislation leaders to approve a new and even migrant funding split. This would add at least an extra 400 million to Hochul's 2.4 billion allocation within the 233 billion budget. 233 billion budget proposal? But they tell you they don't got they don't got no money for you. $233 billion is a lot, man. That's more than enough for down payments on Black American citizens on what they already owed. But they ain't got it for you. What does this mean, y'all? Why do we keep covering this? Why are we highlighting this? Why are we illustrating this? All right, this is the deep part of the conversation. The reality is what you're seeing is the government going ahead and funding the demise of Black people. Now you see it being made federal policy to boost people who are non-citizens. Why would you boost up people? Why would you give people who are non-citizens a leg up? Come on, y'all. Let's start using our head, though. Do you like have you really considered what the implications of what this stuff means? Why would your government give people that is not of the government, that doesn't pay into the tax pool, assistance in surviving in a country that they're not citizens of? Well, it's simple. If you want certain citizens that you've already economically castrated and strangled, who are already at the bottom, then that's putting people who should obviously that coming in at the bottom right now, that's boosting them right above you, fam. What does that do? Do you think about the next step? What does that do? What does that turn you into? If you lack resources, if you lack funds, you're gonna die out. Where you gonna live? Where you gonna stay? What you gonna eat? You know them the way the economy's set up. Look at what the move is, man. They raising up the price on everything. Everything's staying stagnant. What is that designed to do? To keep the status quo. So if you ain't got it already, EI dominant society and their surrogates and their model minorities that they all help to boost above us. So don't let no Asians, don't let no Africans or none of them act like my parents came here with $2 in their pocket. No, they all got funds from programs like this. It's just that now you don't hear about these programs because it wasn't the day-to-day thing that was going on that carries on. They erased that. Internet's gone. They do the Mandela effect. They getting rid of old history, trying to trick your mind to make you think you don't believe what you believe. That Mandela effect is a psyop, y'all. It's trying to erase history, okay? That's neither here nor there. But I'm going to go ahead and read this mockery to y'all, because when they talking to your black self, ain't no money around. But we just see $4.2 billion has been allocated to illegal immigrants. Think about that. It says the state doesn't have the extra money around laying around to do this. It says folks will say that we can always raise the taxes, but they already have. It says while it's not clear if this will they'll come up with something that has to do with cash reparations next year, Mrs. Hochul said that reparations means more than giving people a simple apology 150 years later. Well, okay, if you think that, man, why do you got to do a commission to consider a study? That's that side talk out of the side of your neck. It says when signing legislation to create the commission, Ms. Holcomb acknowledged she has some concerns about it, but said taking action was necessary as white supremacists is alive and well in this country. And you're one of them, suspected, allegedly. What you just said lets us know you got some concerns. What concerns do you got? Either you owe or you don't. You ain't have no. I ain't hear none of this about concerns when we was talking about illegal immigrants. You put up 4.2 billion. They ain't have no study. They ain't have no commission. Ain't nobody talked about nothing. They showed up. The money start coming. What is that telling y'all, black people? They playing with you in your face. Enough black people ain't mad enough. The problem is there's enough distractions for everybody not to think about what's really going on. You're being erased, black people. You're being systematically gentrified from America, not just the neighborhood, from America, from life, from existing. Unless you're an entertainer and you can make them laugh and you cooning, you got to go. Ain't that what it seemed like? If you ain't sexy red, if you ain't cooning buffooning, if you ain't a football player, if you don't do music, you got to go. They don't want you. All they want you is for the entertainment, so you can keep creating and they can keep stealing. But other than that, they're sick of us. Y'all stop working for free. We got everything we need out y'all. We couldn't send y'all back to Africa because y'all ain't from there. Y'all actually natives of this land, so we tricked y'all, and we sick of it. This is what they saying, y'all. You really kind of just got to come to realization about the gravity of the situation, man. Maybe that'll get more people on code. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's happening. It's happening. It's happening. It's happening. But the thing is, we need to accelerate that a little bit. Programs like these need to be shared. Like, you don't need to be just taking in this information and not sharing it with other people, man. It's dire straits out here. I mean, you see the contrast in how they dealing with us, citizens here, paying taxes. Most 95% of black people is upstanding citizens. There's the 5% of knuckleheads in every community, right? They want y'all gone, man. It says Holcomb's office did not immediately respond to requests from the Sun to comment about the commission or whether or not New York has funds to implement forms of reparations involving compensation. See, why is it always a question? Did this Sun is responsible for this other article as well, and ain't nobody questioning where the money gonna come from. It's just, yeah, well, yeah, 2.4 billion. Yeah, go put that over there. Look, let me read this. Like I flip right back and forth. It says Holcomb's executive budget unveils last month set aside about 2.4 billion in state migrant aid for the city over the coming fiscal year. How y'all get 2.4 billion in a year with no study, no ask for, no nothing? And then they like, well, it falls short of the 50-50 demand. 50-50 demand because they wanted more. They want 4.2 billion. They crying about getting 2.4. We need more for the migrants. They ain't got enough. What? Anyway, last but not least, it says views toward it. You can expect this anytime, all the negative connotations and all of that when it comes to our issues. No, there's nobody ever to agree. It's always, and critics say, and most people oppose, or the doubters or retractors. It's always something. But it says views towards reparations vary widely by race and ethnicity. We already know that. Pew Research indicates that 77% of black adults supporting descendants of slaves being paid in some way, while only 18% of white Americans agree. But you know what? Let me tell y'all something about interpretation. Notice the dominant society who has the most vote. They not campaigning on getting rid of migrants and all of that. They letting them in, welcoming them with open arms. Why is that? Because it don't harm them. They already straight. They think it's actually a giggle and a laugh because they're blatantly taking resources away from black people and giving it to somebody else. This is all a joke, man. This is all they laughing at you in your face. And you know who gonna embarrass us the most? All the people that's finna go out and vote in this national election for Joe Biden. And this is what he doing to y'all. Like, it's a lot of people that's so scared. I don't know what to do. I got to vote. I don't know what to do. You got to let these people know that you serious and you ain't willy-nilly giving your vote out because they expect to come in all Joe Biden. They already ramping up the trash. They expect all y'all to go out in droves and just keep on voting. I don't know. They just doing stuff for everybody else. We got to wait our turn. Wait your turn until you dead? Till you extinct? Listen here, fam. The reality is, if they keep letting my illegal immigrants in at the rate that they're doing, pretty soon we're not going to be the second largest population. We're going to be third or maybe even fourth. And if we can't get nothing as a second largest population, what do you think we're going to get at the third and fourth spot? And with that being said, the other people in the other spots all coming for our throat. They all gang up and put all their cultural differences aside to gang up on us to get that spot. Y'all better believe it. Better believe it, Steve it. You know what I mean? What did we learn today, kids? That when it comes to black people, can we afford that? Look at that. Huh. Can we afford that? Is that in the budget now? And then when we talking about migrants, it says Mayor Adams begs Albany for more migrant money. He begs them, please give me more money for the illegal immigrants, massa. Please, I don't want nothing for the black peoples. Eyes, Officer Adams. I look at her too. Them eyes, like she is the quintessential suspected white supremacist. I'm gonna just go ahead and let y'all know that right off top. Like, she looks evil upon evil, just evil. But when it comes to you, look at on this page, boy, you don't see nothing but numbers, boy. You could just look across the page. 400 million, 2.4 billion, 233 billion. It's all type of numbers on the page. When you talking to black people about their issues, you don't see no numbers. Ain't no numbers. We give you Negroes nothing. Nothing, you Negroes. Look at them, hand in hand, side by side, all the time, trying to give everybody something but you. But when it's your turn, we got budget gaps now. We ain't gonna be afford that. Anyway, I ain't gonna hold you, but I'm emoji fold and scold you about being on code. And I got a couple words and a couple announcements for you. First off, Keep It P podcast is all reparations all day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, usually live by me. Second of all, we got Keep It P Raw. That's where you're gonna find your model citizens and your PC shenanigans and all the other stuff that we like to highlight. Then you got Von Savage Media over there, where we're doing straight journalism, where we're taking their articles and busting them down and just journalistically reading them from our point of view, and obviously with B1 in mind. Thirdly, there's plenty of ways that you can support real black media. I mean, we got the PayPal, we got memberships, we got Patreon, we got some gear you can buy. Support this black media, man, because they ain't telling y'all what it is. Ain't nobody gonna pull the two articles up side by side and show them how it's cool in the gang for them, but for you, it's Eddie Monster. Don't let that go over your head. Anyway, I got 4 words for you. Hold on now. I got 4 of them for you now. Hold on. I got I need you to go ahead and subscribe for the vibes, like for the spike, comment your vomit, and share if you care about getting Black empowerment everywhere. Please do that on the platforms that we own, Jones. And just to bring it all the way home, here, let me look you square in your eye, buddy, right in your retinas. I got love, I got peace, I've got blessings, and I have aloha. I am out the Doha for sure. And I thank you all.